So we are once again back at the beach. You know, we had to get our we had to get our air. You know, you got to keep breathing. So with me having to stop smoking my vape, you know, it's like I have to be around air. You know, I have to be outside. I got help with I got help. It was actually a blessing that the craving for cigarettes left and I was able to stop smoking cigarettes, but it's just smoking and period. I like the smoke. I just like it. I don't know. So, I think the vape is worse though, because it's more convenient, you find yourself like puffing all the time. You know, when it comes to the tobacco and the cigarettes, because the smell is just so big, it's so potent, you know, it's like you don't really want to waste or spit. Well, me personally, you know, because now I got to wash my hands. The smoke smell gets in my hair. It's on my breath. You know, it's just, it's just a lot of attachments that come with smoking, you know, the tobacco or whatever. So the vape is so convenient and you can take it with you anywhere, you know. It's like, God. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a vape. And like, let's say if I travel, I'm on a bus or I'm on a plane or some shit, you know. I mean, I don't know. I'm I I don't think the goal is to stop smoking, period. You know, because a lot of things are very ritualistic. So you can't just write them off, you know. You can't just see something as bad or good. But at the same time, you can't pussyfoot around with contradiction either. You know. Sometimes you can be mutual, but then sometimes you have to pick a side. Archangel Michael spoke through my son. You know, like I gotta stop the vape. You know, of course, like I'm not trying to hear I can't smoke the weed. You could kiss my fucking ass. I'm not playing. Like, if some don't ever come into my life talking about you don't like the weed or you always don't do that. But see, the spirit guys understand that marijuana is not just, I mean, we use it for substance of pleasure and a form of relaxation and escapism, you know, but the plant is a healing plant. That's why there's so much that you can do with that plant. You know, man always tries to dictate what is best and what's not best, what is healthier and what is not healthier. You know, I mean, whatever, shit. What the fuck ever. It feels good to get out. I had to wait for him because he act like he ain't know. Look at him looking all cool and shit. What's up? Enjoying that good water, that good ocean. No dolphins today. Well, it's too late. They usually don't be out here this late. It's so peaceful. There's a lot of police out here. Excuse me. Look at our little friend. Uh-oh, ancestors doing work. Seem like every time we come outside, we expose something, huh? Does somebody like the Flintstones? I feel like somebody likes the Flintstones. I feel like they like the Flintstones because I'm thinking about Wilma. Wilma Flintstone. Crossfire. We can do it, Crossfire. Did you touch the water? You gotta be on the lookout. I mean, I already broke the spell, but motherfuckers is trying to pull a karmic man into my life thinking I'm really gonna fall for that. Wow. They just don't know any better, dear. They have no idea what has been going on. You laughing at me? Yes, yeah. Hmm. You said it's heated. Burning up. Hot as like butter. It's a lot of red and black going on. Red and black is like alchemy. Because it's kind of like death then life. You think about red, the root chakra. Yeah. So we're gonna do. I'm gonna explain the chakra system to you today. You know what a perfect way. Because you got on all red. The chakra, the root chakra is red and black. So death to life. I feel like death is the in between time after we hit our ascension. You know, the ascension is the climb. So we climb up, we climb to the height of our ascension, we hit our ascension, then we have to come back down and do it all over again. You know, it's the cycles. It cycles to like everything. When it comes to energy, because energy is motion. You know, I'm not talking to you, baby. I'm talking to the talking to the camera. But okay, so we've been working on the heart and the root. So red and green, it's giving me fatalist. Okay, so when we talk about fatalist, it's like being blindfold. And you say what? What you say?
Want to zap this food?
Oh, well, let me have the bag. Thank you, dear. Because obviously he doesn't want to be chasing the bag down, but he don't want to go to a trash can and put it in the trash. He is so funny. But anyway, so fatalist, we think about, fatalist, that is a sign. It's like somebody is being blindly guided, you know, and I mean, they have to stay blinded and they have to trust their surroundings. So let me share with you how extreme it is, right? So imagine yourself blindfolded. You're walking on this very unstable, very thin platform, and because you're blindfolded, you don't see that there's fire around you. You are about to cross over a tall ass cliff, and what you are dependent on is, it seems stable to you, but if you were to see it, it's kind of like, oh no, I'm not doing that. That's not stable. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy because when it comes to faith building, like I tell people, it's not always about what you see, but then again, shit, sometimes it ain't about what you don't see, what you do see, or what you don't see. So somebody is going through that. So the thing is that you are getting assistance with your destiny. Just like I said, imagine that you're blindfolded, you don't have anything to hold on to. Your steps are being guided, right? So God says all you have to do is one foot in front of the other, right? And that's so easy. Okay? That's so easy to do. But what you don't see is that as long as you walk one foot in front of the other, you're not going to get burned into this fire. You're not going to fall off this cliff. You're not going to rock the stability of this very flimsy platform that you're walking across. So in a way, it's kind of like, I guess we could say the obedience, like following God's orders or like your spirit guides or something like that. But there's just a lot of shit going on. You hear them sirens? Them shits is going off. Them shits is going off. Them shits is going off. So there's just a lot of things that that God and the universe does not want you to see right now that's taking place in your life, around you, or even behind closed doors. It's really that extreme. And I feel like you have to be blindfolded because these things, you can't help but not to see these things. So there may be people in your life who are desperate for your attention, people who want some type of reaction out of you, like that's like really what I'm picking up, So, but if you think about it, everything's burning down to the ground, everything's crashing down. The only way out is across this flimsy bridge. People see you, it's like, because I do feel like some people are following you. They see you, they want to cross that bridge too. Uh-oh. They want to cross that bridge too. And it's kind of like the way that you have to travel across this bridge to get to the other side that's not burning the fuck down. I mean, you gonna have to listen to God. You gonna have to see a spirit team. These people can't hear, right? So you can't see, but you can hear. They can see, but they can't hear. Okay, so you know, you will know when you arrive to your destination because the color green and red is going to be very significant. And the thing is that when you get to this destination, because this may be some type of initiation, okay? So, I don't know, I pick up something about omens, understanding omens, good and bad. There's something here too, I pick up about like the wheel of fortune, like fate and destiny, change, portals. What is the omen? Well, my thing is that you're going to be getting insight. You're going to be getting like more insight into the understanding of omens. You know, you may have a dark lineage, or you know, the bloodline, like your spiritual family, you come from, you know, a darker lineage. So, you know, it's like buckle up. You reach the destination, but the destination is only the beginning, you know. So, and before every journey we go on, we're always blessed with tools and gifts that we will need to help us with our new journey. And some of these tools, you know, when you go on your journey, it's going to help teach you how to skill and use those tools and those gifts that you are gifted with. So if you see numbers 111 a lot, you know, that's kind of like the universe giving you a thumbs up or like a wink of the eye. Remember, we're with you. You know, 111 has a lot to do with Buddhism though. But what I tie to that is peace. You know, when you come from a darker lineage, you're very empathetic. You feel the most disturbing shit going on in hidden places. You know, but you may talk to somebody, or you may see some shit that triggers you, and you just think, oh, it's because of what this person said, or oh, because of what you saw. But there's something deeper behind it. So you're a very deep person. I think that you're angry though. I think that you have a problem with temperament and anger. So you're aware of some type of power that you have. So now, you know, I mean, you're like the big bad wolf, but you need some training because you're too powerful out here to be being destructive and wasting your talent and your gift on being angry and doing like stupid petty shit, you know, or really bringing hurt or damage. You know, just as powerful as you are is just as resilient as you are too. So yeah, it's kind of like you can dish it and you can take it. Well, you know, everybody is not like you. It's giving me like Punisher, you know, like you're a Punisher. You must be a man. You must be a man because, you know, I don't know too many women Punishers. I don't know any, you know. So in a way, you're very empowering for feminine energy, but as a human man, you're very chauvinistic too, you know. So it's kind of like you need some balance, you know, because I don't think that you really understand the dark feminine. So now you're about to go on a journey to where you are about to tap into your dark feminine so that you can understand other dark feminines, because you have a lot in common with them. But I mean, with you being a man and thinking logically and thinking like a man, you know, when it comes to dark feminine women, you know, you have the ability to be able to heal them. And that's a powerful brother, okay? I already know. That means you got that magic stick too. You know, goddesses, you know, the more lighter purpose goddesses, you know, they don't deal with all that, you know. They know how to heal themselves, you know. So, you know, there may be some topics or some discussions around sexuality, you know, sexual health and sexual wellness. You know, if you have struggles around the genitals, well, remember, it's purposeful because you can heal. I'm going to tell you one thing that I notice about the universe is that you're going to be used as your own crash dummy, right? So look, I have really bad eczema. So when I was a vegan, I didn't believe in using chemicals. It was all natural. So it takes me 3 months to heal my skin when my eczema breaks out naturally, right? But with topical cream and when it comes to eating healthier, anti-inflammatory foods and drinking my lemon water, my lemon, cucumber, and lime water, it clears that shit up in 3 days. But the thing is that you have to have the experience. So whatever you're going through within your body, whatever is a heal, this is your healing journey. I have a feeling you're very creative because it just seems like the way the universe has to do things for you to learn. It's not. It's like it's like a spiritual special ed, you know, which means that you are very talented, out of this world. You're gonna come to realize all of this. You're gonna know in the ways of how to too. It's a journey. You're not going to learn things overnight. You have to have experiences. You have to allow for the universe to assemble certain things within your life to happen, because other people are going to be thrown on your path. So think of it as a machine. In order for the clock to work, it takes multiple pieces behind the scenes. We see the big face, the big, beautiful face of the clock, but we don't see, the machinery behind it and how there are multiple components working to create time. So, fatalist energy, you are where you are supposed to be. Where if you feel lost in life, you're not lost. You're where you're supposed to be. Sometimes you're going to feel that way. You're going to feel lost. Well, enjoy the ride. You'll be found again. It's about faith. Imagine being lost on the road, right? You don't trust people. Well, you're in a position now to where if you don't open up and talk to somebody and ask somebody for some direction, your GPS fucked up, but there's a local that lives around the area that knows the area very well. You got to open up to them. So maybe trust issues. So you're going to be working on healing trust issues too. Yeah. It's like you're a masterpiece. You're one of God's greatest works of art. You're a masterpiece, but the world has distorted your image. When I say that, I'm talking about like spiritually. So, people don't really see you for you. I feel like you deal with a lot of secret envy and a lot of secret jealousy. When you come out of your journey, the hate is going to be really real. But you put in the work, you'll be just fine. You will be protected. Then you can start doing the real work to where, now your time has come to teach, to guide other people. I feel like throughout the process, with everything that you learn, you have something to teach, you have something to give back. But I'm talking about like officially, it's levels to this shit. And in the darker lineage, darker heritage, you have to be initiated. You have to be. That's why people think that they can just move in and start doing witchcraft and voodoo and all these rituals and stuff like that. That's why that shit don't be working. That shit be backfiring. It'd be terrible too. I know. I played my hand one time. I got it easy though, because I could hear. So I could hear that I wasn't supposed to do that and not to do that again. Then I had a spirit come to me and counsel me about why I did what I did. And I opened up. So they said, well, we can teach you, but if you want to learn, we have to trust you. So I had to prove to be unconditional. I was not unconditional. I had to grow into that. And then at the same time, with trying to fight, to be and to grow into being unconditional, the odds are against me because this is a very conditioned world. And then it's full with a bunch of narcissists. I have my biases, I had my discriminations, I had my prejudice against certain things. I had to kill all that shit. It's like my ego was just stripped. It was stripped down like an onion. But that clears the frontal cortex. That clears this shit out, right? This is the discernment. This is also the Ajna chakra, third eye chakra. So, they is getting it in today. Okay. ooh, I try to come out of. It's like the spirit just be taking me. It's like a, I don't know, it's like a Holy Spirit. It just come in and it just starts speaking. Shit, I don't know. I'm trying to enjoy the festivities of this beautiful day. You know, they got boats out here. They got boats. I want a boat. I can't wait till I get my boat. I gotta wait till I get my boat. I feel like God knows to be careful, because I'm the type of, I don't know, I feel like I'm the type of person that you would definitely find like hiking in the fucking Amazon and shit like that, and trying to climb mountains and shit. I mean, if opportunity be presenting itself to me that way, but see, that's too dangerous, and it's just like too attention seeking. So annoying. This is so annoying. Like, the beach is a peaceful place. Like, whatever. But, I mean, you know, I don't want to. I feel like that's too vulnerable of a position for me to hurt myself. Because anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying me in particular, because motherfuckers is always sending the craft. So if I was to put myself in a position like that, it would be easy for me to be attacked. I could be attacked by a goddamn animal. I could slip on a rock or some shit. That don't mean, because I love being outside. I love camping. You know, I like being on the water. I like being in nature. I'm not really athletic with the shit though. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm not no Girl Scout or nothing. But, you know, I got a couple of skills to where I could survive. But not really. Not like some of these other people that, you know, I be seeing. But it's all about time. Because you can adapt. You adapt to anything. But anyway, we're going to close it off here. So until next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.